Hello everybody and welcome on board this lovely Sealine F37 for a look around her cockpit and interior to give you an idea of her layout and what goes with her and what a delightful place she is to be. Now, as you can see, I'm standing in the cockpit. I'm looking towards the starboard side. If I just come over to the port side here, you can see that we've got the companionway through there. So we've got a nice swing door here, which when closed should keep the pets and the children in, hopefully. And as you can see, we've got an unzipped section here. In fact, we've got several unzipped sections so you can configure this as you would like. So we've got a lovely, great big cockpit tent here, lovely big windows, all looks in fine fettle and generally keeping the rain of the day all out, and meaning that this is a really useful compartment whether it's cold outside, whether it's raining outside, or the opposite, whether it's really hot outside and you just want to keep out of the sun. Very nice indeed and feels really, really pleasant. Lots of light, and of course you can see out of the stern as well for that all-important what's keeping at sea. Very nice indeed. So we mentioned the companionway here. We've got a gas locker here which forms a step to the side deck as well, and as you're approaching the side deck here, you can see we've got a nice grab rail there which will also help you up the companionway to the flybridge. So you can see we've got very nice teak inlaid steps up there, as we have down here in the cockpit as well, all looking very, very nice and no real evidence of wear whatsoever. The seating comes out in the form of a bench seating along the stern of the cockpit, and it just comes around to the starboard side there a little bit. We have provision underneath here for stowage for a nice big life raft. We have a nice big cockpit locker under here, a step up on the starboard side there to the starboard side deck, and more than anything, just lots and lots of room in here. If we just look forward slightly, we can see we've got the companionway door there through to the interior. Lovely curved French windows, open really nice and easily with one hand, which you'll see in a moment. And if we just look up, we can see the very Sealine-esque cupboard up there, or locker, which just drops down on a couple of latches safely, and inside there you'll find a cockpit table. And do notice the nice downlighters as well, so we can sit out here in the evening. Just looking down at the deck, sorry about all the footprints, it is a bit wet outside, but if I just lift this lid up nice and easily with one hand, there we go, it's on a gas strut. We can see that we've got a lovely great big cockpit locker in here, all sorts of bits and pieces down here, lots of electricity, lots of exhaust plenums, steering gear access through there, etc. But more than anything, you've got lots of room to store your weekend gear, etc, etc. You can see we've got flybridge cushions in here, buoy fenders, etc, all stowed away. So loads and loads of room down there for everybody to enjoy their stay without compromise. Very nice indeed. So that just folds away. There we go. So yes, a very nice cockpit, feels great, but you'll probably feel greater when we go inside the interior, because it really is a place to be. Now there we go, very nicely opened. So there's the very slight step over the threshold there onto this little step here, which contains the fuel valves, fuel return valves and the fuel configuration valves. And once you're in, you can see, well, just judge for yourself what a delightful interior this is. This boat apparently has hardly been used. We have hardly any engine hours, and that goes to show in the lack of wear and tear in the carpet and the upholstery. Just looks absolutely fabulous. We've got very contemporary colours, so it's very light and bright and airy in here. You can see we've got windows all over the place, letting light flood in, but also great for watch keeping at sea. We have got the blinds on the windscreen there, so you can't quite see through those, and they are obstructing a bit of the light coming in, obviously, but we've just left them on because it's such a rainy day. But you can see just what a very, very pleasant and luxurious feeling interior this is. If we just start down at the bottom, we can see that we've got several plates down here. These lift in various configurations, or all lift away to allow access to the Volvo engines just beneath there. So really, really nice and easy access. The table moves out of the way, and you can lift these up one at a time, or more than one at a time, for the engineers to do their stuff. So hopefully they will thank you for that. And then starting on the starboard side, if I just move over here, you can see we've got lovely U-shaped seating. We've got a lovely table there, which doesn't look like it has any scratches whatsoever, which is fantastic. I believe there's storage beneath the cushions too. Outboard, we can see we've got a lovely big window here. All the windows have blinds or curtains. These have blinds, these have curtains here, and the curtains carry on throughout the boat, so lots of privacy. Curtains also for the French windows at the back as well, so you can really be on your own if you want to. You'll notice around here we've got two 40-volt sockets throughout the boat as well, and we have a stereo nestled there in this starboard forward corner. Really rather lovely, and you can just see inset into the headlining there, we got all the downlighters. Very good indeed. Now if I just turn around and move forward slightly, we can focus on the port aft corner. You can see we've got a nice sideboard unit here, big shelved cupboard in here. We've got the electric isolator in here, which isolates with the key, which is great. More 240-volt sockets. We've got looks like an electric TV aerial booster there, a clock and barometer, heating controls, and various safety bits and pieces there too. So all really nice, and it does smell great in here. I don't really see any evidence of use whatsoever. She seems like a really lovely boat. There we go, and that's the view looking forwards. So before we venture down those stairs, let's look at the area that you might be steering from. So this is the helm seat here, and as you can see again, lovely, really nice and soft upholstery there. Somewhere nice to sit. There's room here for 2 people to sit. And if we just take a look at what we're going to be using here, you can see on the left-hand side here, we've got the VHF radio buried underneath here. Looks like we've got the autopilot chart plotter under here. We can see that we've got the speed and trip, etc. on the right-hand side under here. If I can do it one-handed, let's have a go. You can see underneath here, we've got the depth gauge, etc. Let's put that right. And then outboard of that, we've got the 2 throttles. We've got the engine start stops, nice wheel steering here, as you can see. We've got the Volvo EBC system here as well. And of course, you can see we've got the trim tabs, or the trim control there, and the rudder angle indicator there midships, just aft of the compass, and the bow thruster control too. Very nice indeed. The console here looks really nice and uncluttered. I really like it actually. It's still got a great view. Now if you just look around here from this aspect, you can see you've got a great view almost everywhere on this boat. So when we're coming alongside, when we're what's keeping us sea at high speed, we've got ample visibility, which is great. Looking forwards again, you can see we have a small chart table here, or navigation table, or somewhere to put your pilotage plans, etc. A cup holder, the all-important cup holder. And then here we have the port engine instrumentation. So we've got the tacho, we've got coolant temperature, we've got fuel gauge, we've got battery voltage, and looks like oil pressure there as well, as we should have, mirrored on the starboard side there. Very nice indeed. And I think here we've got room if we wanted to install anything new. People are starting to revert to these lovely great big touchscreen, flat screen things, so plenty of room for all that kind of stuff up here should you desire. Now up here we can see we've got the electrics panel, so that's all very nicely labelled and very well ordered. I do like that. That's touching one of my isms. And we can see straight away what's turned on, what's turned off, etc., and where to turn it off and on. And it's all reachable from the helm or just from the side here if we're just climbing up here. So all really rather good. But what a lovely banister this is to help you up. So down there we can see the galley. So let's have a little look down there. So it's 1 step, 2 step down to the saloon level. And we'll just look forward, and you can see we've got a couple of steps, 1, 2, 3 steps down into the galley, and you can see what a place it is. Very well laid out. A nice big thoroughfare here. Access to, I think, the calorifiers under there. We've got the bilge, and I think possibly the freshwater pump and a few other bits and pieces down there just to keep the boat going. We have access to the heads and the forward cabin, which you'll see in a moment. And the galley itself, if I just drop down a little bit further and go forwards for a different view, you can see we've got a really lovely cooker. I'll just open that up to show you how lovely and clean it is. So that should please everybody. Cutlery drawer here. A nice big double sink unit here. This is Korean surface, I think. It's really lovely and heavy and solid, and you can see underneath here we've got a 3-burner cooker there, so we do have gas on board, as I showed you, the gas locker. Underneath we have more storage for various bits and pieces, nice drawers. Let's have a look, shall we? Well, we've got your nice deep drawer and another fridge there, absolutely lovely. And let's see if this one opens. It does. Another deep drawer there too. So lots of room for cooking. We've got sockets all over the place, so we can put our air fryer here if we want to. Just make sure it's secured for sea, etc. And more cupboards along the back there. So actually really ample for a boat like this, and should keep you going for a while. Just looking above here, we've got an opening window as well, so that's good for the galley area. All seems to be designed in very nicely, and I've just spotted this cupboard as well. Let's see what we've got. Another little cupboard there too. All cupboards everywhere where they could think of cramming them, basically. Very nice. So let's go carry on along the port side for a change, and we'll just look in the day head. So here we go. This is the toilet, which is actually a Jack and Jill affair from the forward cabin. So if I can't reach around, but if we just open that door from there, that goes through to the forward cabin. So the occupants of that cabin can use this head without the rest of the boat knowing, and vice versa. So other people can get in there without disturbing the occupants occupants of the fore cabin. But we have looks like an electric toilet in here, which is lovely. So if you're sitting there, you'll be facing to the starboard aft part of the boat. All very nice and easy to clean. We have a cupboard underneath the sink, nice round sink there. We have a shower attachment there, so if you want to spray yourself down, looks like you can. Cupboards above for your crew bags, for your toothpaste, etc., and an opening window that's been frosted out for obvious reasons. So really, really nice compartment. And I think yes, you can have a shower in here as well, so that will all go down the plug hole. We've got a curtain here which runs all the way around that rail, so you can keep all the water in here very nice and easily. How cool is that? So let's close the door on that, and before we go forwards, I'll just take you athwartships over to the other side and look inside the aft cabin. Now there we go. How is that? You could spend plenty of time in there. Obviously the head height here, or the headlining here, is slightly compromised because above here you have the helm seats behind the moulding, but you've got a lovely wide bed, lovely long bed. This section lifts out to give you 2 single beds if you like. A big storage binnacle under the port side, big storage binnacle under the starboard side, and an opening window as well to give yourself a little bit of fresh air. Nice big locker there to keep your the items of clothing that you would like to keep hanging, I guess. And if we just open this door here, we come into the shower room. So there we go, a room wholly dedicated to showering. So we've got, again, Jack and Jill access through to the forward cabin there, where we go in a moment, and you can see everything goes down the plug hole there. And we've just got this nice wood-lined compartment. We have a proper shower this time with a mixer tap on the bulkhead there. Nice shower attachment, which you don't see on many boats around here, so it's lovely. Big compartment, so you can really get in here, throw the shower around, really have a good old spray, get yourself nice and clean, and that's where the moisture will go out through the frosted window. Very, very lovely and very inviting, I have to say. The whole boat feels very inviting, which I absolutely love. So let's come out of the aft cabin and move into the forward cabin. Now, there we go. Pièce de résistance of this boat, I think. We have an island berth, so lovely, lovely, great big bed. We have some storage underneath. We have access to the bilge down here. On the right-hand side here, we have access into the shower where I just showed you. So there's your Jack and Jill from here. Nice locker on the on the starboard side here. And then round the corner here, you can see we've got another cupboard, a fiddled shelf, and an opening window there. Absolutely lovely. Looking up at the deck head here, you can see, or the headliner, you can see we've got down lighting. We've got a nice hatch there with a cover that pulls out to give you darkness if you'd like it. And going down again on the port side here, another locker looking very similar to the one on the starboard side, an opening window and a vanity unit. So many people really like the idea of coming up to the side of the bed and getting in instead of scrambling over the front or scrambling in and out over a poor suffering partner. So we have got access on the port side here, we have got access on the starboard side, and we've got a nice cushioned headboard there, and a big mirror on the back end, and you can just see me in there. Hello everybody. So yeah, really, really lovely compartment, plenty of room, nice wide bed, nice and long too, and hardly used, I'm led to believe. So yeah, like most of this boat, hardly seems used at all, and you just wouldn't believe she was her age at all. Very nice indeed. So that concludes the interior tour of the Sealine F37. Thanks for coming along with us. If you go elsewhere in our advert on Boatshed, Brighton.com, you see lots more videos, photos and virtual reality, and you can really feel like you've been on this boat and enjoy her. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.